Okay, folks. Road tractor's done. Stickers, logos is on it. She's in service. On to something else. So I know what you're asking. What are you going to do now? Well, let me tell you what I'm going to do. This is one of those quality trailers. And if you guys follow with me and talk to me and know me a lot more than I think, then you'll know that I really don't like this trailer. It's cheap built. Its quality is horrible. I don't know why the name. It must be like whenever you call a fat guy tiny or something other. Because this thing is far from quality. You can already see, look here. That weld's broke. Look how much weld's on that. It's just a chicken poop made trailer. I mean, I don't get it. So we're going to try to fix it. We're going to try to fix it up. I could go on for days about how much I hate this thing and whatever else, but it ain't going to do any good, so let's just fix it and shut up about it. So we got all this here is all twisted and bent, and normally I would just cut this garbage off and I'd just go put everything new in it, but I really don't want to. That's 3-inch C-channel right there. I don't think I have any of that left over outside. And if I do, I'm probably going to need it somewhere else on this project. So I'm going to get the torch and let's heat all this bull mess here up. Take our big wacky hammer there and let's try to whack and beat all this back into submission. Yeah, let's try to get it straightened up enough. And I think I'm going to run me a piece of, I think I got some 4-inch, quarter-inch flat bar out there. I think it's quarter-inch. We're going to run it all the way across the bottom. Tie this end to this in these legs. Tie all that together. And then, I don't know really what to do with these kickers. I mean, this pukes me. But I really don't want to cut all that off. So I think I'm just going to come inside of here and just do some kind of a gusset, because this is only as strong as this flange. I don't know how many of these I broke off over the years. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to let's put some kind of webbing in there later. And we're going to work on some other stuff tomorrow, not in the shop. I got some family stuff I'm going to help my family with. So that's what the guys are going to be doing tomorrow. I just brought this in here so maybe the snow would finish melting off of it and make a big mess in my floor, because I want a mess in my floor. But I broomed off all of it that I could, and I went ahead and pulled it in here tonight. And I'm like, it ain't going to hurt anything. I'll just squeegee the water out in the morning. Let's just get the trailer in here. But I'm going to get the torch, and let's heat that up. We're also, this stuff here is nothing. This is 1/8 inch thick. It's not even quarter. It's 1/8 inch thick. It's not even tread plate. Tread plate's a little bit thicker because of the treads. So we need to put something on this. And what I want to do is some treads, run it across, and then we'll weld it to the plate, and then we'll weld it to this outside edge. I want to do that too while I got it in here. I don't have that. I'm going to have to go get some flat bar. I think I usually use like 1/2 inch thick, 1 inch wide. I think that's what I usually use. You don't want to get anything real tall, because then it creates a slide hazard, but you want to get something to give that a little bit of backbone and give something to track to, because that right there is slick. That smooth metal is slick. The only other thing that I wanted to do, and I ain't going to do it this time, is I wanted to put something in between these two rub rails here, these pockets, because this bends, as you can see, when you put something really heavy on it. I got to do that, but I don't need to do that right now, and I'm not too concerned about that. I do want to get the ramps and this, and the other thing I'm going to do with the ramps is I'm going to add about 2 foot onto them. I'm going to make them 2 foot taller, longer, however you want to say it. I want to make that so that way this dovetail is high. They should have lowered this dovetail down some. This beaver tail should have been down lower, and that way you could have got away with 5.5 foot ramps. You can't get away with 5.5 foot ramps when your dovetail's so high. So we're going to add a couple feet to the ramps. And that's pretty much it on this project. Then the next project's going to be the straw wagon. Looks like crappy weather's coming back in for the weekend, so we won't be doing a whole lot probably next week either. So I think we'll have enough time. And my buddy Chumpy Brumfield with Mobile Home Movers, he's wanting me to build him a flatbed for a Dodge truck that he's got. So I'll probably work on that. Probably what I'll do first is just get this trailer. I got enough material to do the ramps. I don't know if I got enough material to do this. So I'll probably just add that in with his order that I got to make for his material for his bed. And then I can throw that on there anytime. I don't have to necessarily be. But I really wanted to get this fixed because this is a hazard that I don't like. And it ain't going to take me that long to do it. I could probably knock all this stuff straight tonight before I go home, because I'm not staying in the shop so late like I've been doing. And I'm going to do this stuff tonight. Let's try to get it all straightened up, and then we'll just go from there. All right, folks, I didn't get much footage of us making all the cuts and everything. My mind just kind of was wandering on other things, but this is what we're up against. We added 2 foot. Right there was the old ramp. We added 2 more feet to it. This is 2x2 tubing, 1/4 inch wall. This is 2x2 angle, 1/4 inch wall. There's a piece of 1.5 inch, 1/4 inch wall tubing. And that's what's going to be our weld in there, our stiffener. And then we just capped it off with a piece of this 2x2 angle. I'll weld all this up solid, of course, weld all the way across. Same thing here, I'll stitch all this together. The ramp was bent pretty bad. I'd say the little dozer, the little 450, I'd say somebody was loading it up and they wasn't scooting the ramps all the way in, and it put all the pressure down. You can see where it bent a couple of our runs here. It bent them down, and it bent this. So we beat it, and straightened it up best we could. But I'm going to put this little piece of filler steel underneath it. That's 1/4 inch thick right there, so it ain't that bad. Then I'll just kind of weld it, just kind of scab it together. We got this all cammed in. I got it welded in here. I'll weld, of course, on both sides. I'll weld all this up. Then I've got a piece of 2-inch wide flat bar, and it goes right here, and that'll kind of cap all that off, and it'll lock that cam in together. Because what's going to happen is this is going to work like this. So whenever it goes on the ground and weight goes against it, it's going to want to spread apart. So this is going to want to come down, and that's the way it's going to want to work to break it. Well, if I put that piece of flat bar in there, that'll lock and key that together. And then we put this tread, I kind of cheated a little bit and moved it around to where it gives us a nice little, you'll notice it, that right there is like putting an extra stiffener in it right there. And then it locks this piece to this piece on top. So it really shouldn't go nowhere. We don't haul anything humongous on this. A 450 is about the heaviest thing we move on it. So that's in pretty good shape. I don't know which one of these. I'll probably show you a couple times here throughout what I'm doing, but put this gusset in right here, and that married this together. I thought I was gonna have enough room to actually weld it on this piece of angle, but I didn't. That ain't no big deal. So I gotta finish welding all that. And I also put a piece of flat steel plate in between our kicker. It's 1/4 inch wall, 4 inch wide, and I'll weld all that up, and that'll keep the kickers from squeezing together, and it should stiffen them up. Of course, I think you've already seen in the video where I welded a piece of 4 inch flat bar underneath the bottom to give it a little bit more solid kicker. But other than that, it's a pretty easy, straightforward project. We're going to get to welding. I'm going to get to welding, burning some wire right now, and let's see if we can't make this thing a lot stouter and better looking. Okay, we got about all the tops welded in. Done pretty good there. Got him stitched in stitched together pretty good. I got the sides kind of welded in, and I remember there's a piece of 2-inch plate that goes over there and caps that, so you don't want to put a real heavy bead, then have to grind it all down, but you want to put enough in that seals it up and locks it up. But the strength's going to be on the inside and then the plating on the outside. Everything looks pretty good. I've done heavy here, lighter there, but it's all sealed up. I'm just going to kind of look it over, make sure I got everything sealed up, and then we're going to fold these ramps up. And I went ahead and put a little bit extra bead down inside there. That's where it broke loose the last time, so I got some extra bead in there. Like I said, this quality trailer, these ain't what I think they should be. I should just say it like that. They might be fine for them, but these ain't what I think it should be. But look, there's she's raining. It's supposed to turn to snow here after a while. We're supposed to get about 3 inches maybe by tomorrow morning. We'll have to push some. This is our next project here. I'll just kind of give you a little glimpse at it real quick. But a buddy of mine, Chumpy Brumfield with Brumfield, well, it's Appalachian Mobile Home Movers. He bought that truck, and it was a service truck, big 10-foot service body on it, the crane and everything. And now he wants me to make it into a flatbed. So we got all the steel ordered. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Kind of enjoying this off season. Ain't enjoying it, but during this off season we got going on, we're gonna do that. Only thing I got left to do is put some treads on top of that, and I'll get that done tomorrow. And this thing here, we'll put a little bit of paint on the ramps where I burnt the paint and stuff off, and we'll be good. Let's fold these ramps up. Well, I ran out of welding wire. I got some 045 down there, but I don't know. I don't really want to change it over. I ain't got much. I just got weld the very tip, and then there's a little spot right down there. I got to weld it. But other than that, she's completed, except the treads on the flat, which I think I'd really like to go ahead and weld them on before I pull this thing out, and that way it's done. Even though I'll have to probably pull it back in to get some paint on it, because if I paint it now and then I pull it back outside, it's going to get cold and it's not going to be it ain't going to be no count. So anyway, there's where we're at. Okay, folks, this is what we're doing. The supply warehouse, my steel, place I get my steel from. I'll get out here in a minute. They didn't have 3 sticks of 3/8 by 1 inch flat bar. They didn't have 3 sticks of them. They just had 2. They told me they had 5. They only ended up having 2. So I got 1 stick, a 1/2 inch stick. These are 3/8. So we're gonna make like a series. So the first one will be a 1/2 inch thick. Then the next 5 will be 3/8, and then the middle one will be a 1/2 inch, and then of course the end one will be 1/2 inch. So at least if it's kind of a goofy mistake, at least it'd be on the end where you'll never know. So this is what we're doing, and the reason why we're doing this to begin with. Let me just do it this way. The reason why we're doing this is because when Quality Trailers built these trailers, they didn't think there was any reason to do anything thicker than 1/8 inch. Well, the 1/8 inch plate would be fine, I guess, on a trailer that you're only going to haul, say, 7 ton on. Say all you're going to do is haul a skid steer on it. This trailer is rated to haul 10 ton. 10 tons, 20,000 pounds. That's a 450 size dozer. Even a 550 probably will fit on this. I would haul a 650 back years ago, but I don't know if I do it now or not. So this is not thick enough. Now, the other thing is when you're going up on this trailer and you come up the dovetail and then you start going out this flat over there, that is slick. this will give you a little bit of extra traction as you're cleating up through there. Now, I probably didn't have to put them every 6 inches, but we're going to. I think that'll be pretty good. And it's going to give this a little bit of backbone. Because I can go over on the other side, and you can see there is nothing. There's no stitches in here. There's no nothing. That is all just, they just welded it on the outside. They've stitched it right here and a few places here. There's no stitches up here. That's loose. I mean, that's very weak, very weak. They could at least drilled a couple holes in that and plug welded it or something, but they didn't. They didn't plug weld it. They didn't do anything. Probably what we should have done was we probably should have cut all this off and put 1/4 inch on top of it, tread plate. You never would have to worry about it again. Well, I don't have that option. I'm not getting into that. I'm just going to go ahead and put these treads like this on top of it. It'll be plenty, and I know this stuff's not going to last very long. It's eventually going to rot, but I should have at least 3 or 4 or 5 years. 5 years probably. I don't drive much in the salt, so I should get at least 5 years out of it. And then whenever we do have to replace it, we'll just take a torch and cut all them little nicks out of it, take it off, and replace it. So let's, got the guys, they got all them cut out for me. Let's tack this in. track was right in the middle of the trailer. The other track was out here. I had the boom sticking out to stop me, and by the time I got there, they stopped. I had one track right in the middle of the trailer. The other track was 2 or 3 feet on the other side. I didn't have it on camera. I didn't get it on camera.
You don't get stuff like that on here.
No, I didn't want to get out. I'm like, I'm going to get a picture of this.
Yeah, y'all, you did it on purpose, too.
Yeah, like, oh, look at him on drum attic over there. You know, just drumming up more viewers. Well, there we go, folks. Got them all welded on. Throwed some paint on it just to keep it from rusting for a few days until it starts to rust again. Good used trailer, so not really good used. It ain't even a year old yet. I think it'll be a year old in April. I ran out of high gloss black, so I had to start finishing it up with some flat black. But after just a little while, it'll all look the same anyway. Got them all on there, got them welded in there. Got some pretty good spots. I don't think it'll ever break loose. Stitched in there pretty good. Got him turned back around, got all this done. I think that'll hold just fine. It's all channeled in good, it's tied in. Tightened up good, so it ought to be just fine. All them's tied in. I think we'll be in good shape. The guys are out here, they're cutting material for the next project. Got Dillinger and Oak out there. Next project at hand. We're building a bed for that unit. So, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, keep the dirty side down, and any day you wake up on this side of the dirt, it's a good day. So, see you here soon.